Good day and welcome back to the GoodX stock management training. Hope you have a good lunch. We are going to do the sales now. We already discussed the stock purchases, the item management and the stock orders flow, and also the stock setup. So please, we're going to discuss the sales. The sales are really quick because there's not a lot in the stock section that we have to discuss about sales. It's just the overview and understanding of it, but in detail the sales will be with the debtors part and the day-to-day billing of your practice. And then in this section we also will discuss the transfers. So we're going to first check the sales on the learning center and also in your booklet in the department of section 6. We're going to look at that section now, but I'm going to show you the flow. Let me just get that flow transition. Okay, so if we look at the flow, how it works. The patient comes in, he doesn't feel well, so he will come in, the patient's account will go up the whole time. Everything that you do on the patient account will go up the whole time. So the patient account will increase the whole time. Okay, so from the patient account, depending on in which service center you are going to treat this patient, in service center D, the consultation room, or otherwise in the service center B, in the ward, or other consultation room, or otherwise in the theater. It doesn't matter in which service center you're going to treat a patient. Remember when we spoke about how to set up your stock, a warehouse will always be linked to a service center. So the service center, when you bill the patient, you will choose the correct service center the patient is lying in, and then automatically this is linked to a warehouse. The warehouse stock levels will decrease and the patient account will increase. Okay, so just a few the only thing that you have to know about the sales is always make sure that your prices are correct, and then also when you're using the barcode system, that you use the barcodes to scan. It's a really nice function to use. And then your non-chargeable items, that it's set up in your system as a non-chargeable, then it will always bill as a 0 on your billing on your patient's account, and then it will go through to the medical aid to indicate to the medical aid that you did use this item, but with an amount of 0. Okay, and then in the hospitals you also have your consignment stock, and that will normally be in and out. If you have if you want more information about the sales, please let us know that we can discuss that part. Okay, we're going to go on to the transfers now. Okay, so the transfer is only applicable when you work with multiple warehouses. Now, you will always have your receiving warehouse, and from there you will have multiple other warehouses, and when you receive your stock and the other warehouses need stock, you have to use a transfer to transfer it from your main warehouse to the other warehouses. Now, when I just want to get that picture for you, stock transfers. You can see it on the screen. Okay, so the stock transfer will start here. I wish I had more information. Now, first you need, normally in the bigger practices, when you are working with transfers, you will receive a transfer order from the other warehouses. So they will tell you, please, I need this stock. Can you please give it to me? So they will come with a piece of paper, depending on how your practice works. They will walk to the main warehouse and ask them, okay, I need in this warehouses, I need this information. Then you have the stock order. The order is approved or not, and then it will be transferred to the correct warehouses. So the main warehouse will be decreased and the other warehouses where the stock is transferred to will be increased. Okay, so just a few headers or important information about your stock transfers is always you have a received stock items at a pharmacy or main warehouse, and then you transfer your stock items from your main warehouse to the consultation rooms, wards or theatres. And from there you bill then your patients. Now, if you transfer the stock items to other branches or sites, but that branch or site have a different practice number or is a different practice, then you will not be able to do it with a transfer. You sell that item to that branch or to that site, and they must purchase that items from your practice. So if the practice numbers is different, you need to create that site or that branch as a creditor on the one, and that one that transferred from is a debtor in the other practice. So just please make sure that you understand that part correctly. The transfers can only be done in the warehouses that is set up in your practice setup. Now, in the Learning Center, you will see in all our departments under sales, purchases and transfers and corrections, you will have an example of transactions and what happens in the background of the financials, your T ledger account, as we know it in accounting. So this is also on the Learning Center. Please go and read through it. We're not going to discuss this in detail, but please go and read through this if you need to know how the system works in the background. Okay. Is there any other questions around the sales and the transfers? If there is any other sales, let me just show you on the system how to do a transfer. So we're going to go to corrections, stock transfer. You choose the correct period. When was this transfer done? Transfers must please be done immediately when the stock is physically transferred from the one warehouse to the other one. So when the person comes and collects the stock, or the person who takes the stock to the other warehouse must make sure that when he takes that stock to that location, that it is transferred on the system also. Okay, so you choose from which category. So say for instance medicine, then you choose from which warehouse. So I'm going to transfer it from the main warehouse. Choose the correct adjustment code, so stock transfer. You say okay, and to open this list I tab on my keyboard, then okay. So in most of the lists that you need to open is or tab or click on the eclipse. Normally you can type in a reference number. If you have a paper trail with your transfers, then you can type in the reference number there for that paper trail. Then you will always have a general bin. Okay, there's no more other bins that you can transfer between, only transfer between warehouses. Then you will say to warehouse, IV room for instance, and then the to bin is always your general bin, and then you search for your item. Now we're going to say this warehouse need syringes tab. If you don't know, oh sorry, we are in medicine. Okay, so let's take a Panado capsules, and then you say add to batch. It will tell you if this item is not linked to that warehouse that you want to transfer it to now. And then if it's not linked, you can say yes. But please just remember that this only links the item to the general bin. It doesn't link the item to the specific counting location. So you still have problems. Now you can type in here, how many units did you give to the other warehouse? Now here you can see from which warehouse is the quantity. So our main warehouse have 68 tablets, and the warehouse where we want to transfer it to doesn't have any. So we're going to transfer 20 to them. One pack, units 20. Now the second item that I want is also medicine. So let's say the Clofenac. The Clofenac tablets. Add, yes, because it's not linked. Okay. Please just make sure the items that is not linked, make a list of them and go and link that items. Sorry. So here we're going to say, and here you can see the main warehouse don't have stock on the system. The system will still allow you, if the settings is on, allow negative levels, and then your main warehouse will go into a minus if you do a transfer on this item at this stage. Okay, also 20 tablets for them, or let's make it 21 because the pack size is 21, so it's one pack that we are going to transfer to them. And then you say post. When you post, it's going to ask you, do you want to print this adjustment? I will say yes. Here you can print it. This you take with to the other warehouse, and the person who receives this stock must sign for it that I did receive this total of stock. Okay, and then close. Is there any questions according to the transfers? Please ask it now, that we can discuss the transfers if you need to have some more information according to the transfers. Otherwise, we're going to take a 11-minute break, 10 minutes break now, and we will go on at 1 o'clock with the corrections. Thank you.